mean, it does not have to take in the
Quakers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Philadelphia alongside Jake Galley. My name is Dan Fritz. Corey Nito will be joining us in a little bit. Jake, the non-conference season is over. It's now time to get down to business, and this is going to be a good contest.
Yeah, it is. It's two of the best teams in the Ivy League. One team trying to achieve what it did again last year. The other team, the Penn Quakers, looking to...
She often does keep the play alive.
Indeed, as we take a look at some of our impact players, and for the Columbia Lions, who else? Kitty Henderson is just leading all scoring statistics.
Yeah, leading is a great word. The senior guard is fourth player in Columbia history to eclipse 400 assists, fifth player to start 100 games. As you look at her stats here, 15.6 rebounds.
With 2.3 seconds left.
1 rebounds, 5 assists. Very effective on the glass as well.
Very effective on the glass, but effectiveness, as you commented a moment ago, a key word to the other player we're going to look at today, Katie Collins, the freshman for Penn.
Yeah, what a game she had the other day against Arizona State, really displaying all of her talents. She had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Also had an 11 rebound game the game after that. Going to be really important in this one to protect the glass. We're going to see what she can do against these Lions.
The opening tip is just moments away, but before we get...
It's not a great free throw shooter, so we'll have 2 there.
On the sideline with a little more insight into this afternoon's game.
Dan, thanks. Rebounding is going to be a big focal point in today's game and very well can determine who comes out on top. Penn and Columbia, the top 2 teams in the Ivy League in total rebounding entering H&A play. Meanwhile, Columbia ranks 24th in the nation.
And we've talked about this with the inexperience in Duke's front court, but
identity for us. We might not have the biggest guards on the court, but we are certainly going to do our best with transitional offense. Dan, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. As we get started, Columbia, the opening tip.
Yes, for the freshman.
Corey said, Jake, this game's going to get one, off the glass as the sophomore transfer from Ole Miss comes flying in and knocked the ball out of bounds. Penn
came in shooting 57% from the floor, but is 0 for 6 tonight.
You saw on the other end not giving up, so right off tip, we have the energy we thought we would.
Matea Gale, she drives the lane, comes up a little short. Henderson with the rebound. Henderson making her 100th career start. The 5th player in program history to do so. And now the Lions trying to get on the board first. Here's Collins back the other way. No joy, but Katie Collins will take the rebound. Matea Gale races front court right.
Inside, Thomas was able to make it.
Right hand floater off the window, no. Rebound, Celia Collins down low. Henderson will handle business with the first basket of the day.
2 things right off the top. Both teams pushing really hard after misses, and that was the first time we've actually seen one of the teams on the fast break be able to crack the defense. Once these defenses get set, they're much more pesky to deal with.
Pesky to deal with indeed, and here comes Almquist. Right hand float, she can't get that to go. She fights for her own rebound. Matea Gale comes flying in, still not certain, and a foul is called against Columbia. Looks like it's going to be against Alba.
Like Corey mentioned, bounding already coming to the forefront.
As we take a look at the starting lineup for Columbia, Cecilia Collins back into the starting 5. The Quakers trying to get the return as we get to see their starting lineups. Matea Gale, heavy off the back iron. Almquist, Miller, Sawyer, Gale, and Collins for the Quakers. 3-ball right side, no good. Like I said, Jake, both teams pushing it, but...
And the pack flat out.
North Carolina at NC State, Saturday.
Here's Cecilia Collins off the window, precisely through the window. Columbia up by 4.
And the battle of the Collins is there.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to get there.
Cecilia getting the upset.
Eastern on ACCN.
Players that
$6 never tasted so good. IHOP's breakfast faves.
Katie Collins. KC looks outside for Almquist. Almquist is still going to go. That right hand just not finding the roll so far.
That's exactly right.
Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Sattva to friends and family. Sattva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Penn comes into this afternoon.
I need Q1 full index reports by desk by noon, complete with comprehensive data.
Are you getting any of this?
Yeah, Otter's got.
Henderson kicks left side. 7 on the shot clock. 3 ball is nylon.
Leading up. I'll ask you for action items in the channel. And Maria already asked for a budget reminder. Smart.
By morning. Got it?
Got it, boss. Otter, you got this.
With a quick release. There's a mistake by the Quakers.
Hey, sweetie, how was practice?
My mom was a cheerleader in
7:02 left to go. Columbia has opened up to a 7-0 lead. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a step aside. When we come back, more Ivy League action here on ESPN Plus. Of the boards. Work on your season average, improve on the free throws if we actually get there. But the Stars need to shine.
You could just watch ESPN, but why not tap in? Tap into.
And like you said, they're pushing. There's a lot of energy. Columbia is benefiting so far with 7 points, almost 10, but Penn gets the rebound.
Peak fandom. Tap into an entire world of sports.
And there's an offensive foul on Miller. Didn't look like there was
Do you
much
spend
contact
hours
to it.
maintaining your gutters? Save that
There.
time with LeafGuard's maintenance-free system.
I think
Call
the Quakers so far have done a good
1-833-2-GUTTER.
job.
Mesh filters sit on top of your gutters, building up debris and eventually clogging. Then they need to be cleaned too. Honestly, your home should have been built with LeafGuard gutter.
Game, but we'll see what type of game the refs are looking to establish here in terms of the level of physicality.
John Capilano is the referee. Cynthia Doe and Trevor Noye are the umpires as Columbia has...
LeafGuard's wraparound hood deflects debris and keeps water away from your home. The one-piece seamless system is strong, 20% thicker than...
Off the back of the iron. Miller once again the rebound. Here comes Caldwell.
Gutters.
Miller, 3, wide right.
North Carolina's defense showed up big tonight, but look at the differences between their 13 wins and their 3 losses.
Yeah, you can see the offensive numbers on the top line, the defensive numbers on the bottom line. And for me, it's been the defense, right? And all of these losses have been against ranked opponents, allowing them to shoot 48% from the floor. Even better, really, from the three-point line, 37%. Of course, Carolina, when they played Notre Dame shot the ball incredibly well. But a different story here tonight against a ranked opponent in Duke. Sort of a back against the wall time when it comes to quality wins.
On offense, and that time an easy look for Columbia for 2.
5:15 left to go.
Courtney Banghart and her team, and they have risen to the challenge.
North Carolina's 3 losses have been to UConn, Georgia Tech, and as you mentioned, Notre Dame. Their last game, Notre Dame hit 13 threes. That's 62%, 13 to 21. But for the
strategy, we saw a lot of strength early and a lot of strategy right there. As that was nice. Atlas gets the basket. Katie Collins gets called for the foul. Take a look at this. That was just, yeah, thank you. High off the window. Nice roll. So it's like, which is the better tactic? Strength and as far as the press of the game, or the strategy in trying to get the plays to develop and maybe slow things down a little bit. Right now, Columbia enjoying both worlds. 11-2 run here in the first 5 minutes.
And when you get unlucky, like we saw that last time, when you have 3 chances directly underneath the cup and none of them go in, sometimes you have to chalk it up to, look, we got to focus in a little bit, but those are some unlucky bounces. Our points will come. The baskets will come. Keep doing what you're doing. The tough part is when they don't come, do you deviate from your strategy or do you keep going?
The reigning Ivy League Rookie of the Week, Mia Broom, checks into the ball game as Penn trying to work down low, but Columbia's got the answer. Loose ball, jump ball called. And the arrow favors the Quakers. 4:45 to go as Matea Gale's ready to check back in.
And it's early in the game with Gale coming back in now. It's early enough that a 10-point lead isn't going to kill you. You do have to, though, kick it into gear a little bit here if you are the Quakers. This is a really good team you're playing against. You cannot let them operate with a huge lead.
And especially with this Columbia Lions team. Again, back-to-back regular season Ivy League champions as Matea Gale goes high off the window. This is not a team that you really want to get into. You're double digits now, and they're looking for more. Down low, take 2 more.
Now it's Mary Page.
Mary Page just making herself available as the driver came in, stayed low, hands up. I mean, that's textbook. And for the Quakers on this side, hasn't been a ton of passing. Once you compromise the defense, it's been a straight line drive to the cup.
Collins, 15, gives it to Almquist. Almquist looking baseline. She's looking for that window. Oh, the bang. And the basket for the Swede. Very nicely done. Strength.
I was just about to say, there's your strength.
Take a look.
Stina Almquist coming off the pick and roll, just able to throw the defender a little bit off kilter there. She puts her body weight into her. Perry Page trying to get into position, but Almquist able to make it true, plus the one at the line.
Almquist on the year, 77% from the line. 4:09 and counting left to go. Quakers still have a lot of work to do.
Quakers going into a zone.
Columbia, 3 of their last 3 field goal attempts. Looking for 4. Henderson draws a double. Right side. Broom rattles the rim. Almquist the rebound.
There's a shake-up in strategy. They go into a zone. I think it little bit of a surprise to Columbia.
Wasn't the only one. Matea Gale head fake. Kick out left. Almquist draws a double. Caldwell with 9. Left side. Gale 3. Rattles. Columbia the rebound. Page trying to go coast to coast. Kicks all the way alone up top. 3 ball put in by Riley Weiss.
And that's born from miscommunication on defense as the Lions are moving the ball up court. Someone needs to call ball, stop ball. That time, a little bit of miscommunication leads to Katie Collins falling asleep on her rotation. Wide open three-pointer.
Matea Gale's got some room. She'll take a drive. And she gets the basket and 1 more to come.
No basket.
No basket.
They call the foul on Matea Gale.
And this, well, let's see where the feet are. Okay, pretty securely in the restricted area. So I don't know if you're. It's a bang play, of course, a difficult call, but that's a play where it looks like defenders late and the feet are in the restricted area. So it's a tough call.
So the score stands 17-5, 2:45 left to go. Columbia starting the road to possibly three-peat. Down low travel. Avalos little too happy with the feet. The whistle blows to be Penn ball.
I think she was surprised by how open she was in the middle of that 3-2 zone. Found a pocket and looked around. There was no Quakers around.
That was a 4-car garage.
Yeah.
Here comes Caldwell. Could have put a fire truck in that thing. Caldwell. Against Avila. So loose ball down low. Here comes Henderson. Henderson down low, off the window. Just couldn't get it to go. And a foul called against Penn.
This is what the Lions are very proficient at. When they're able to force a turnover, or even if it's just off of a missed shot, the ability to run the floor and to make the right decision as you do that time after time. It's a reason why they're back-to-back champions. But also, you know, we've talked about, this is a young team. This goes into coaching. These are new players and executing things we've seen time after time from this Columbia squad.
Turnaround block? What was that?
That was an odd play is what it was.
Jump ball going to favor Columbia. That was Mike McLaughlin's, I think, asking the same question we are. Are they saying block and just a hand motion of the follow through?
That's a tough one because looks like she kind of went up to shoot. Maybe it did get a hand on it. And
see if we can look at that later on. Whoa, long left side. Weiss, bullseye.
And that was out of the dead ball. Whipping that ball around was Collins. able to once again find an outside shooter, and credit to the Lions. They've been able to knock down their shots so far.
Weiss, 34% from outside so far this year, has given her team a 15, now 12-point lead. Simone Sawyer handles back with a triple of her own.
Good find by Tina GK.
Henderson down low. That down low is wide open again, but this time KC will take the charge.
And a great play, feeling it a little bit, wearing it, but nothing feels better on the defensive end than, giving up your body, knowing your teammates cheering, amps them up for it. Freshman making the sacrifice play with the body.
Long pass down low. Miller, corner. Nope. Too much on it. Had a chance to get to the right side, but now here come the Lions. Henderson all alone. Back door's wide open. And she'll have 2 more points for lunch. Quickly the other way. Simone Sawyer. Caldwell. She'll tee up and knock down a triple. Is this what we're going to get all day? Back and forth.
We're on pace for 100 possessions each way. I mean, this is a very rapid game so far, and it just goes to show neither side wants to go against the other side's set defense in the half court.
Columbia 56% from the field, up 22-11, down low, high off the glass, and once again, Penn's defense sets up the wall.
Columbia foul is on number 10, second.
And those are some huge plays underneath. If you're a half step off or a half second late, that could be an and one going the other way. I mean, this is, once again, knowing that the line drive is coming. Players go down, and hey, this is the way the game's been called. So, going both ways now.
Almquist back in the game, looks up the floor. Sarah Miller. Sawyer left elbow with 15. Caldwell gonna go down low. Almquist goes to work with that patented left hand.
And that's been the opening, starting in the high key, whether you're going to the cup or you're looking to set something up on the perimeter. It's been successful here.
Shot clock off. Columbia gearing up for the last shot of the frame. All of us. Just inside the lane, right hand float, off the window, no horn sounds. Better latter part of the first quarter for the Quakers, but Columbia just came out firing on all cylinders. 56% from
that parlay their experience playing semi-pro and professional basketball over in their home country of Australia, where it's more of a laid-back environment compared to here in the United States. The Hendersons, though, part of a Lions roster that certainly has international flair, with 7 of the 13 women hailing from outside the U.S., with countries as England, Serbia, Estonia, and Spain all represented. It's fair to say Columbia certainly goes worldwide to bring in their talent. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Corey. And Jake, like you said, when you have the international flair, we've seen the same thing with Stina Almquist, for 4 years. Columbia's got a significant international flair to their roster, and all of them are, they're hitting the marks. So when you have that, you always kind of wonder, what's down low for Penn. Sawyer will get the... Say goal is good.
Yes.
Okay, I thought Rich kind of just said
no good.
No
good. It sounded like a little.
I mean, I know we're all battling a little something as far as the time of year for the sniffles or whatnot, but normally I can pick up on Rich. So normally, Rich Kahn, very articulate with everything. That one, he kind of caught me off guard. Simone Sawyer gets the basket. One more. Nope. And Columbia will now get the rebound.
And one thing to think about, Henderson, tremendous ball carrier, ball handler, and also distributor of the basketball. 2 charges on her driving to the cup. Does that impact how she attacks onward?
Cecilia Collins kicks left side. 8 on the shot clock. Pull up left side of the lane. Nothing there. Out of bounds. Sawyer. Yep. 6 on the shot clock.
Simone just picked that ball up as it was going out of bounds, maybe with her foot on the line there. But Quakers, so far, I mean, it's been a team effort, but the offensive glass, which is something that the Lions thrive on, has not yet reared its head.
Not paying attention, and the shot clock goes off. Riley Weiss. Right away, that taps her jersey. That's on me. 22-15. Penn trying to crawl their way back into this as the Quakers come across the line. Sawyer. Caldwell. Sawyer exchanging passes. Inside GK. GK tries to ricochet one off. A jump ball is called, and the arrow.
On the jump ball, Columbia ball.
Columbia ball. So the shot clock, watch this. I mean, just was not aware of the shot clock time. Went off.
See the captain, Kitty Henderson, pointing, trying to
Yeah,
yell.
she was trying to get her attention.
Yeah.
And I mean, you get it. You think it's one thing that turns out to be another. I know the Penn band often offers their insight to what the time is and rarely correct. This time they were spot on. Pull-up jumper just inside the lane, no good. Rafu.
On the jump ball.
And a jump ball. This time it'll be Penn. Susie Rafu, as we said about the international flair. Ipswich, England. Getting involved here in the second quarter.
International game. No doubt about that now.
All right, and like Corey said, it's interesting how, as Corey put it, a little more laid back. He referenced Australia as compared to the U.S. Right side now. Miller from the corner. Can't get it to go. GK trying to get a hand in there, but just couldn't reel it in. Cecilia Collins reels it in. Henderson, Collins once again. Rafu. Henderson, head fake. Left side, whoa. Cecilia Collins, 12 seconds.
Error in
Columbia,
spacing.
yeah, you seem to get a little tied up. This time Henderson will handle it, rattles the rim. Getting inside, but I think this time Rafi is going to get called for the foul. And that is the case.
Absolutely. A bit of a miscommunication on offense. Looked like there's 3 Lions there in the corner. Tough to run an offense and easy to run a defense when that's the case. But the Quakers now starting to claw back a 7-point deficit. They're starting to find their rhythm on offense.
Starting to find the rhythm and starting to control the tempo just a little bit as we get some action right here in front of us. Collins, right side, Sawyer, boom, 3.
There it is. You're starting to get the defense to collapse down onto the ball handler. You're going to have a much easier time shooting the basketball when that's the case.
Henderson from the elbow. Weiss. They exchange passes. Henderson drives baseline. A tip, Penn ball. Here comes Caldwell. Sanaya Caldwell, coast to coast, can't get the roll. KC gets the kiss off the glass.
And she brute forced that rebound. That was a battle underneath, and the Quakers feeling the momentum at their backs right now. 2-point down.
Under 7 minutes to go. Penn's crawled their way back into this one. Columbia working to the right side, curling off. Loose ball. It's going to roll all the way through. And backboard violation is called. Penn gaining some momentum here. Susie Rafu comes back in as we see Megan Griffin. This is her 9th season at the helm. And we've said it so many times over the years. What she has done with this program has just been phenomenal. Back-to-back regular season Ivy League champions trying to make 3. NCAA appearance for the first time in program history last year. Simone Sawyer gets a little bit of room. Call down low for Almquist. Stina tried to push it a little too much. Rafu denied it. Here comes Henderson. Page down low, loose ball, and it's going to be Columbia's ball. 21 on the shot clock. Tina GK comes back in.
And players on the weak side for the Quakers. That time it was Simone Sawyer, but possession before that where we saw a tie-up with Rafu, those are the guards. I mean, the Quakers' weak side defense is coming in, giving help, and making plays.
3 ball up top, off the back of the rim. You see Penn on this run, trying to get the defense to stand up just a little bit more. 10 on the shot clock, right-hand floater, no good. And a foul called against the Quakers.
Gives us a partial break in the action, but, I mean, back and forth in terms of the team on top. This one is gone, and I think the key for the Quakers, something they found is ability to move the ball around, but here we see the foul. Simone Sawyer with the arm up as the other arm comes into hers. It is the contact on the shooting arm, which is what usually will draw the call. But again, this game has been a physical one, a fast one, and you combine those two, hard to not get an exciting game out of it, which we have.
Indeed, indeed. Lizzie Gresh in the game for the Quakers, as Columbia gets their first basket in quite some time. Trying to make this a 4-point ball game. 5:55 left to go here in the second. And do so from the line. Mia Broom will check back in.
Broom's a player who I think, as you look through the stat sheet, might not pop off the page exactly, but she's only played 5 games this year, freshman, and already some accolades on Monday, racking up in her young career, but eager to see what she brings.
Sarah Miller with the ball. Gresh. Almquist. Miller off the roll. 10 on the shot clock. Almquist against Rafu, goes down low. Collins can't get it to go, but Lizzie Gresh comes flying in out of nowhere. 2 on the shot clock. Miller at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Back of the iron. Henderson. Lizzie Gresh gets right through it. Columbia working now down low. Off the window, no. Loose ball, baseline. Good work by Rafu. She kicks all the way to the top. Henderson can't get that roll to go. Loose ball again. Jump ball, and it's going to favor Columbia. 5 minutes left to go in the second.
And on that possession, we get a timeout here. Rafu going to work on the low post.
Timeout on the floor. Penn getting closer. Still down by 4. Come back for more. Longest winning streak against Penn. So this one far from over.
Yeah. And don't think that Penn and Mike McLaughlin and his coaching staff have forgotten. The last game that got played here, I know it's been a really dominant home record for the Quakers, but as referred to, that last time they were here, they scored quite a lot of points. So I'm sure it all plays into, by the way, how this game plays out today.
Yeah, and like we said, strength, strategy. We said this game's going to be won on the glass. Might want to look at the coach's box, too. Down low, 3 on the shot clock, right-hand floater, very nicely done. Avlajas gets the patience and a nice roll. Puts Columbia back up by 6. Penn on a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Collins. Lizzie Gresh. Almquist in the corner now with 10. Here's Caldwell, 3, way off the mark. Collins, easy rebound, right-hand floater. She gets a friendly bounce.
Quakers in dire need of that one, as you had mentioned, the scoreless streak. Collins making good from down low, but you could tell the Lions defense much more hesitant to dig down now after the Quakers have hit some shots.
Columbia working the right side. Here's Henderson. Kicks up top. Page off the front of the rim. Henderson, though, gets her own rebound and will reset a shot clock for 20. Total rebounds difference is 2, favor of the Lions, 18-16. 5 on the shot clock, trying to work down low. 2 seconds, the left hand, no! A foul called With 1 second left, it'll be Penn ball, the foul on Susie Raffu.
The Quakers playing some form-perfect defense. Let's see here. Lizzie Gresh gets there early and just a little bit of contact that, again, has been getting called here in this one.
And that's the only thing you can ask for is the consistency.
That's right.
You know, I mean, could we go either way on this? Of course we could. But the referee crew here today has made it clear from Jump Street, this is what we're going to call. Teams have to adjust by it. Here's Collins. Caldwell. Lizzie Gresh. Caldwell 10. Gale. Caldwell. Caldwell off the mark. Steele Almquist tried to get a reach in there. Perry Page had a better angle. She goes right side. Broom. Broom, a little pull up, rolls across top of the rim. Loose ball. Where's it going? Out of bounds, and it'll be Columbia's ball. 2:48 to go.
It turned into dodgeball there for a second as Quakers Caldwell was looking for someone to bounce that off of. Wasn't able to do it. Now 20 on the shot clock, and it's a big defensive possession. You like the way you closed the first quarter if you're the Quakers, but Columbia's came out strong.
Henderson. Left side, Weiss. Under 10 to go. Matea Gale tries to pick a pocket. Page takes it right back. Thank you very much. High off the glass. Oh, Kitty Henderson. Threw that up there. You actually wondered if it was going to hit even the window, but puts it in nicely. Columbia up by 6. Lizzie Gresh, floater, gets 2 more points. 7 points on the season. Gresh, again, a lot of her contributions to this team don't make the stat sheet. She gets in the middle of the play. She gets all over the place. She gets 2 more points for the Quakers right now. 4-point contest, under 2 minutes left to go. Henderson baseline, no, down low. Trying to keep it in, look out. And that one's out of bounds to be Penn ball.
Like you said with Lizzie Gresh, sometimes a untold hero of a lot of the Quakers' hard-fought battles. I mean, like you mentioned, that it goes a long way to be a player that other players don't like playing against, which will not, as you mentioned, show up on the stat sheet.
Down low, Matea Gale with room, and she gets the basket.
Quakers starting to find those cuts to the rim, slashing players wide open on those cuts.
Columbia working right side, 1:17 left to go. Here's Cecilia Collins. Page. Up top, Weiss. Trying to tee up for 3, a little confusion. Columbia comes away with it. Here's Henderson. 63 seconds left to go as Henderson goes right side. Kicks to the corner. 3 ball on the way, too strong. Cecilia Collins couldn't find the mark. Columbia gets the ball back, resetting a shot clock to 20.
See all 5 Lions players going towards the ball. That's why they're so good at rebounding.
Cecilia Collins, right hand, no good. Almquist, the rebound. About a 13-second difference between game and shot. Mike McLaughlin, I think we saw him for the first time, tells everyone to slow down.
Yeah. What's a 2-for-1?
Matea Gale pulls up a 3. Thank you very much. Penn's got the lead.
No 2-for-1, but they did get a 3 there. And like you said, take the lead. What a way if they can get a stop here to close the half.
Penn takes the lead for the first time this afternoon. Under 10 seconds to go. Columbia trying to take the lead into the break. 5 seconds left. Henderson kicks down low. Whistle.
And they were trying to get that foul for a while. Looks like Mike McLaughlin was telling them to use it before.
Caldwell gets called for the foul. Let's take a look. Matea Gale just catches, pops, shots, knocks it in. So Caldwell gets the foul. Matea Gale's going to have a seat. May not have been the worst thing because now Columbia's got 2.2 seconds to do something with it. I mean, plenty of time for the Lions. I mean, yeah, catch and shoot. You got enough to get that, but it's going to have to be quick. You're going to have to be precise. Henderson looking over the floor. Inbound pass. Lizzie Gresh gets in the middle of it. Can't get it off before the buzzer. But like we said, that won't hit the stat sheet. But Lizzie Gresh helps Penn keep the lead 29-28. 2:20 left to go here in the third quarter. And like we just heard Corey say, Megan Griffin said it is going to be a show. This is going to be a party. We may require medical attention after this game is over. That is still to be determined. But good crowd on hand. The Penn Band with their normal shenanigans. And as we noticed, some alumni in the building. Leia Parker walked right past us. Didn't say hi. Just walked right past us. I don't know. But nonetheless, here we go. Steve Almquist comes across the line to give to Caldwell. Matea Gale, left elbow with 11. Under 2 minutes. KC. Caldwell with 6. Caldwell drives down low. Almquist gets the roll.
And it looks like Stina was almost orchestrating, communicating, saying where she wanted the ball to go, try and get that one back over. Initially, Paige had denied her the rock on the strong side. Good job making good underneath the basket for 2.
Columbia up by 2, looking for more as Henderson has it down low baseline. Kicked outside, left-hand floater. Foul on the way up, no basket.
No basket.
And the foul is on Stina Almquist.
Second.
Mike McLaughlin, not happy with it, as you can see the look on his face.
And as we talked about the last time down the floor for Columbia, it is a double-edged sword there with the rebounding battle, which they have now ballooned out. That one's no good, but ballooned out to a 10-plus rebounding differential. And it's one thing to allow the offensive rebound, and as we said, it's another thing where now you have to get back into defensive mode, and that can be difficult to do and find your assignment.
Lassie Simmons splits the difference from the line, giving the Lions a 3-point lead with 90 seconds left to go here in the third. Caldwell looking up the floor. And comes across front court left. She tried to go for the corner, lost a handle on the ball. Here comes Henderson. Henderson kicks left side, Weiss. Weiss back to Henderson. Page glances off the rim. Penn dodges one there, and they come back up the floor. Here's Caldwell.
They lucked out that was Page there, under 20% from deep. But once again, that wing, multiple players open.
Almquist steps down like for a 3, but then she goes to her right. Turnaround right-hand floater, can't get the roll. Here comes Henderson. Kitty Henderson to the rack, can't get the spin. Almquist the rebound. Quakers back the other way. Caldwell, Gale down low looking for Sawyer. Picked off again by the Lions. Broom. Whoa, left side. Weiss. Henderson slows things down. About 3 seconds and change of difference. Henderson down low for Page. Page off the window for a timely bucket.
Great ball movement that time down the floor. 13 seconds now for the Quakers.
Shot clock's off under 10. Right side, Gale slowing things up. 5. Matea Gale, pull-up jumper for 3. No. Off the mark and out of bounds. 0.6 left. Mike McLaughlin thought it was over. Turn around. He's got to go back to the bench.
Deficit of 5 here for the Quakers. Barring any literally last second craziness. Doubt it. But
Matea Gale comes out. Lizzie Gresh in the game.
Interesting to see how this force shapes up.
Kitty Henderson's going to, I don't know. You got Rafi all the way down low. Oh, whistle, don't know why, but nonetheless the horn sounds. So Columbia gets back into things. They go into the final frame, up by 5. You're going to want to see what happens. So are we. So come back and find out. More to come here on ESPN+. Now let's take that magic number, the 60 swing, a number with a lot of significance for the Quakers, as you see on your screen. Penn's 168-18 when they're scoring 60 or more, and they're 50-136 when scoring 60 or less. And they're 190-36 when allowing 60 or less. So the last 11 years, you see that number right there. So it's like, which side of the fence do you want to get on with this? Do I have a feeling that maybe one of these two teams may just like break out and pull away in the fourth? Possible. Who to be determined? Do I think more that this is going to be a chess match? I'll give you better odds on the latter. But right now, the Lions with the ball, trying to increase on their lead to start this final frame. Weiss with the ball. She'll pull up left side. 2 more points for the Lions.
Weiss has taken such a big step this year, and she's needed to for this Lions team really stepping in to that lead guard scoring role.
Quakers trying to work down low. Weiss with 13 points. Caldwell drives. Tip on it. So it's still going to be a foul is called. I wasn't sure if it was going to be just out of bounds on Weiss or a foul called. They clarified that. So Caldwell will go to the line. And now you start getting into that part of the game where every chance you get has a lot of significance.
Yeah, big change going from what would have been baseline out to now shooting 2 free throws. And it's exactly what the Quakers are going to need. You need to get to the line, slow the game down. As Caldwell makes good on the first one. And then really the tough part comes on the defensive end. It's a lot to ask, but you have to shut down the offensive glass if you want a chance to close this one out.
That one rattles out. Columbia comes down with the rebound. Quakers 1 for 2 from the line for there. Down by 6. Visitors have the ball and a foul underneath. And this one is going to be on Susie Rafu. And that is going to be her third.
I was wondering, she has been incredibly physical, which you want your center to be when trying to gain position down low. But there is a line, a threshold that was crossed, especially when indicator is when the person guarding you hits the deck.
Whoa. Lizzie Crash squeaks away with that one. And like we said, referees have been calling a close, tight game all day long. As the Quakers work up top, right side, here's Caldwell. She tried to get a little fancy up and over for Collins. No good. Here comes Rafu. Henderson. Weiss. Weiss down low. Katie Collins picks a pocket with a little help from Sanaya Caldwell. Double in front of us. Loose ball on the floor. Almquist fights her way through. Nothing but blue jerseys in one. Penn somehow comes out of that skirmish. Down low. Collins can't get it to go. Foul called down low. This looks like maybe Perry Page.
Wow, what a frenetic pace we just have experienced here as Perry Page and Katie
Caldwell
Collins.
started it. Collins came away with it. And then just that battle. I mean, there's having front row seats, and then there's in your living room like we just had right here.
Yeah, she cradled that thing out of Page's arms. A great block. Leading the Ivy in blocks is Collins.
Inside now, Almquist. Almquist, right hand, can't get it to roll. Avlas with the rebound. She kicks to the corner. Henderson from the wing, and she knocks down a triple for the Lions.
It's a big shot out of the senior. Henderson open in the corner, makes good, and instead of this being still a 2-possession game, now a 9-point difference.
Henderson now one of 2 Lions in double digits. They get the steal now on the breakout. Here comes Weiss. Weiss, left side. Henderson, corner. Avlas. Get in there. Mike McLaughlin, once again, hits the brake pedal and the emergency brake. Hang on. That gives us a timeout on the floor. Columbia opening up, 57-45, 7:42 left to go. Here in the fourth quarter, they're inbound the basketball. Stina Almquist will bring it in from the baseline. Matea Gale will have it. Almquist with the ball front court right. Down corner, Sawyer for 3.
Simone finding her rhythm from the corner. I was just about to say, if the Quakers want to get back into this game, they're going to need to hit some shots from the outside. along with some other things, starts down the defensive end.
Down low, Page trying to work the corner. She gets up and off the window.
Perry Page staying physical, knowing she has a smaller defender, Simone Sawyer, on her.
Called Matea Gale, Collins. Gale, corner, Sawyer fakes, drives. Right hand off the window too much, but she gets the rebound. Shot clock doesn't reset. Matea Gale thought that got tipped going over, but Columbia comes away with it. Here come the Lions up the floor. Left side, Cecilia Collins off the back of the rim. Sawyer, track meet back the other way. She's going to check up on that left elbow and give it to Matea Gale. Now Almquist. Almquist, up Locust walk, can't get it to go. Quakers Columbia 3 of their last 3. Quakers running into a bit of a drought here. And now Columbia can just start to settle things down. 6:13 left to go here in the fourth.
Battle of inches, sometimes millimeters. That time Steenich not able to get the ball to go in.
Weiss working down low, right-hand floater. Can't get the rattle. Matea Gale. Sawyer. Head fake thought for a 3. Pulls up right-hand float. Can't get it to go, but she's going to get the foul. We're going to go back the other way.
Bit of an off rhythm, herky-jerky sort of play, and loose can work, but Simone Sawyer that time looks like just a tiny bit out of control, is unable to make good, turns it into a charge. And for the Quakers, yeah, this is the end of what has been a pretty long week. You're across the country, change of the new year, but make sure that you do everything in your power.
Travel.
Yeah, close this one out strong, but know that the rest will be well received afterwards.
Oh, both of these teams, they're going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah.
Henderson, right hand, can't get it to go. Loose ball. GK comes away with it. Here come the Quakers. Matea Gale up the floor on the left-hand side. Gale with a little contact. Mia Broom gets called for the foul.
She was grabbing the offense.
Okay.
Attention.
I know you're right next to me, but from my angle, I was wondering about that. But nonetheless, as we always say, referees have one view. And, well, you know the rest. Penn trying to get the ball back in now. Almquist. Matea Gale, 5:16 left to go. Sarah Miller from the right and swirls one home.
Miller, the freshman, connecting from deep, something we saw her do a lot before they went on the road trip, 6 of 7 from deep in one game.
And Sarah Miller's first points of the afternoon. Raffu against GK. Raffu left hand, can't get it to go. The putback finds the mark. Perry Page right there.
And 2 Lions right on the money after that ball goes up, flooding the painted area. Penn guard slow to react, and once again, Columbia benefits off of it. But before that, a good play by GK defending on Raffu.
Columbia with 11 second chance points, but this foul is going to go against the Lions.
Columbia foul number 1, Perry Page.
Perry Page is going to get it. Take a look. Whoops. Lizzie Gretsch back in. Sarah Miller will have a seat. GK on the floor. KC coming back in for the Quakers, replacing GK. So Matea Gale for 2 shots. Gale with 10 points, 4 of 10 from the floor. Hits it off the front of the cup. Penn down by 10. 4:35 left to go. Gets that one to go. Now it's single digits.
Really down 10 points with 4.5 minutes left. The whole of your focus should be on the defensive end.
Now the Lions just race right up the floor. Right-hand floater. And the reigning Ivy League Rookie of the Week says thank you very much.
Quakers trying to put on some pressure in the front court, maybe get an easy turnover. Instead, Columbia able to break that pressure and, as you mentioned, right down the court.
Lizzie Gretsch KC. Almquist. Almquist drives, right-hand floater, no. Whistle on the way. Almquist will go to the line. Rafiu's got now 4 fouls.
So far, Lions have made a meal out of defending. When Almquist goes into a drive or looking to get to the cup, they've done a great job showing multiple bodies. Tina Almquist, as we talked about out of the open, is someone who can really put the ball in the cup if you're not careful as a defense. And credit to the Lions, they've done a good job today.
Indeed, indeed. As we take a look at some of the numbers, Columbia now 44% from the floor. Penn's dropped to 37. Almquist gets the basket. Almquist now with only 8 points, this to make 9. And she does so. GK comes back in for Almquist. Going to rest Stina till the last couple of minutes. Here come the Lions up the floor. Mia Broom. Henderson. Kitty Henderson against Simone Sawyer. Inside of 4 minutes. And now it's time for the RAV4. 4 minutes to play. Kickball there by the Quakers. And brought to you by Toyota. And Jake, under 4 minutes, very little margin for any kind of error for the Quakers.
For sure.
Columbia, play keep away. Pass it around. Add a basket here and there. Just keep the distance. For the Quakers, though, they got to make a stand right here. 15 on the shot clock as Henderson passes off to Weiss. Now Broom. Little bump. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 3 ball went right to the right. Grashed the rebound. Quakers work their way up the floor. Caldwell. Mike McLaughlin, let's go. GK with 15. And traveling called on GK, and Stina Almquist is going to come right back in.
Well, the Quakers, number 5,
Always something you want to be cautious about, having center handle the ball, but that time she may have taken a bump right before that could have affected the footwork, but regardless.
Kitty Henderson comes across the top of the Penn logo here at the Palestra, and she drives left. Henderson to the rack, stuffed by KC.
Katie Collins once again starting to make this a hallmark for herself as a rim protector. Red, white, and blue. Let's see here.
Good lead. Collins just gets that right hand, gets it out of bounds. Columbia inbounds with 17 on the shot clock. Kick right side. Weiss can't get that one to go. Broom flies in and gets the rebound, and a foul called against Simone Sawyer. That's her 4th.
And when you are getting attacked on the offensive glass, you almost have to change sports. When the shot goes into the air, you are now like a defensive back in football. You should turn around and find the player you are covering and put a body on them to box out.
Weiss from the corner works her way into the paint. Left-hand floater, no. Collins strips down the rebound. Here come the Quakers. Matea Gale. Under 3 minutes to go. Gale. Collins to the rack and the basket.
And it's not too little too late. There's still enough time where the Quakers have to bear down, look at each defensive possession as a mini game. This is, do or die here to try and get back into this one.
Henderson working on the clock. Weiss tries to work the left side of the lane. Right-hand floater, no good. Tipped by Page. Page the putback and the basket. Terry Page, right place, right time.
Like, that's exactly where Katie Collins, I know she's a freshman, needs to find a body right there in order to box out.
Got tipped, no backcourt. Caldwell comes across, but not in time for 10 seconds.
And this is what this Columbia team has really, made a season on so far. Both teams 9-4 coming into this one, but what they thrive on is that offensive rebound that we talked about, and of course, putting pressure on the other team. You just feel like you're under duress 24/7 if you're the Quakers on the defensive glass. And then let's say you do get the ball back, bringing it back up, no fun either.
Oh, nice fake there by Weiss. I thought Henderson had it. Weiss, Perry Page, down low. Rafu, fouling the way up.
And they're doing everything they can. I mean, there's just a mismatch.
Well, 6'1" versus 5'7".
Yeah.
Not much math involved.
And, when something like that happens, really your chance as a defender is on the inlet pass. You got to try and front it. Right there, it looks like that was the attempt, and then the ball still gets over. Rafu being able to work that painted area. Only 4 points so far, but as we've mentioned, it's been on the glass as well as underneath the basket for Columbia that they've really made their mark.
Rafu off the rim. Henderson's going to drop back along with Weiss. Rafu, 6 boards, 4 points. Make it 5. 66-56. 147 left to go. Matea Gale with the ball. Almquist getting all kinds of pressure. She comes across the shield. Almquist stops. Nice tip. Weiss right there. Knocked it out of bounds. Penn will have it with 21 on the shot clock.
Columbia, no let up in them either. I mean, that was Weiss flying back down the court trying to get a hand on that. That's mark of a great team.
Mark of a great team, led by the head coach, Megan Griffith. Katie Con in top, no good. Back the other way. Here come the Lions. Right hand, what's the travel called?
Yeah, that was another bang one there.
They're close one on there, but nonetheless, take a look at this. Well, she's shaking her head. I'm not sure about it, but Penn starts things off. Matea Gale. She's stuck. Gets it over to Sarah Miller. KC. Gale. 19 seconds. 110. Down by 10. Right side. Sawyer for 3 and knocks it in. Mike McLaughlin. Mike calls a full 60-second timeout. 64 seconds left to go. 66-59 is the tally. Nice look. Right wing. Simone Sawyer knocks down that triple. That is her 4th of the afternoon. She's got 14 points. She's one of 3 players, not named Stina Almquist, in double-digit scoring for the Quakers.
And that's a sight for sore eyes, as we mentioned. You look up, the score's not where you want it to be, but some encouraging signs out of Simone this game, able to really hone in from the corner as we take a look at the preseason poll.
Yeah, as we started off, Princeton was selected to win, receiving 10 votes. Columbia, Harvard, and Penn, the top 4. This year's tournament being held at Providence. Brown picked to be in the number 5 spot. Yale, Cornell, and then Dartmouth. But if you pulled up the Ivy League standings right now, they look nothing like that. Harvard has just been off. They lost. I think they dropped their first or second. Yeah, their first game. They've won everyone since. Princeton, Columbia, and Penn are all hovering about the same thing. Yale is not doing too well. Cornell under the new regime up in Ithaca. Okay, I mean, you get a new coach. We've said it so many times before. And Dartmouth, still trying to find their way a little bit, but nonetheless, the projected top 4 teams in the Ivy League, they're really not disappointing.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left to go. Penn's got to put on some pressure. Inside, Almquist crashes and a foul is called. Who's it on?
Penn foul is on number 5.
And they say on Stina Almquist going for the ball in midair, and I would like to see that one again.
My issue is, this is a 50-50
ball in the air.
She makes contact first. This is it's, you know what?
Hey, Mike McLaughlin's been run up for a technical foul. A rare technical foul to the head coach of the Penn Quakers. And the spectators behind us kind of chiming in as well. But Mike McLaughlin has been called with a technical foul.
Well, look, I think you like the fact, if you're a Quaker fan, that this team is not to lack, it doesn't lack fire, does not lack stick-to-itiveness, and as indicative of Stina Almquist, and of course everyone here, obviously we've seen collisions like that in the Palestra this year, and we're very happy everyone
almost in the same spot.
Right. I mean, it's.
I'm sorry. That's Mike McLaughlin, and if you can read lips, Mike said that's wrong.
Well, he's saying that because it is.
He's defending his player, and I get it. And if the roles were reversed, we know Megan Griffith will be the same way. But on that one, looking at that replay, I have questions.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it there. Good point.
So shooting for the technical, and then pretty much I could seal the deal right there. Riley Weiss gets the basket. Columbia will get the ball back as Katie Henderson right in front of us will bring the ball back into play. Fresh shot clock. Columbia can just play keep away. Right side. If they can keep it for 20 seconds or get another basket. And they're opting for the former. 15 on the shot clock. Foul called. This will be on Stina Almquist. Columbia on their way, as we said at the top of the show, trying to do a three-peat. They took their first step this afternoon, opening things up at a spectacular game between both sides. And for the Quakers, 3 games, a few days, a lot of travel, new year, get that. But if nothing else, Penn has established themselves.
Yep.
Columbia has established themselves. That both of these teams are going to take it down to the wire if need be. And it should be interesting to see how the rest of the regular season plays out. These two will meet again up in New York later on. For the Quakers, Dartmouth comes to call next. The putback there, two more points. Pretty much academic at this point. The shot clock is off. Penn can just walk it up. Caldwell to Almquist. Almquist with a lane, left hand, and a foul on the way. And this one is called against Stina Almquist.
I might need a replay. I thought she was in the air when the contact was made. I could just a bad angle, but let's see. Okay, 2 feet in the restricted area, and she jumps.
18.3 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Columbia.
And Columbia's calling timeout as the Lions celebrate.
30-second timeout.
Yeah. Hey, look, credit to them, came in here, and this has been a tough place, as we saw the series record. It's been a tough place for them to play, and they have, of late, especially Meg Griffith, her entire staff has done a great job to put this team together. But, you mentioned about establishing yourself. You look at some of the like opponents, Villanova being one of them. That Villanova game did not go Penn's way, and I believe it was a 1-point deficit for Columbia. So now, if you're Penn, you look, hey, this is a team that was at the very top last year, and we were right there step for step. There's a couple things we can change and get better at, and I'm sure that's what they'll talk about. But
right you are, Boy Wonder. 1-point game, 67-68. That game at Villanova for the Lions. And for the Lions, after this, hey, they're going to start this. You're going to keep this Ivy League season on the road. They're going out to Cornell. And then Yale, that's their next 3 games. Like I said, the Quakers have one more Ivy League game at home before they go on the road, as Dartmouth will come to call in a short amount of time. Nonetheless,
Caldwell is second.
So Dartmouth comes in on the 11th, and then they're going to be at Cornell on the 18th. And then Harvard will be here on the 20th, as we have 17 seconds left to go in this one. Weiss knocks down another basket. Weiss having a tremendous game. 15 points on the afternoon. Grabbed you a couple of rebounds as well. Some timely 3-pointers. She has 3 of 9 from outside. She puts 2 from the line there. And 72-59 looks like is probably what this is going to wind down to. Gale works her way up the floor. Columbia keeping the pace they've had all game long. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be for the Quakers. 12 seconds even left to go.
One thing to note for the next time these two teams play. Scores out of reach 12 seconds. One team still pressing the full length of the court. Goes to show you that the a little bit about
Well, again,
in conference
strength,
play.
strategy.
Yep.
Gale off the window. No. Columbia pulls it down. And they'll just let the shot clock and the game clock roll out. Down low.
Yep. Hey.
And that basket will count by Susie Rafu.
All I'm saying is these two teams play again.
74-59 is the final here at the Palestra, and a great start for the Ivy League weekend.